All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get this started. For those of you guys that are already logged in, would you do me a huge favor and let me know if you can see my screen and you can hear my voice as well as my camera. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I see some of you guys are chatting in. All right. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you guys. And so let's get into the information. I know that a lot of you guys are on a time crunch, so I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to learn. My job, guys, in our brand partner weekly lunch and learn sessions is really skill development. But I do know that there's a lot of you guys that are joining the team every day right now. We're in full swing. Tons of people joining from all walks of life, from all corners of the nation. And so real quick, just give you guys a background on who I am. My name is Mario Delgadillo. My wife and I are leaders here with the company. Specifically, we've helped to build the West Coast, but we do have folks all over the nation that are on our team. We hit the rank of diamond within the company in about 90 days. We've been in the profession for about 10 years, give or take a few. And guys, it's just been a huge blessing to us. But along my journey as a network marketing professional, guys, I've learned a few things about skill set development, personal development, and what it takes to be successful in your Viseo business. So with that being said, what we've done is we've dedicated every week on Wednesdays at 12 Pacific to help you to build your skill set so that you can become a professional. Because what we've experienced and what we've learned is that there are three types of people in network marketing, okay? Now, there's really only 7 skill sets that you need to learn to be successful in network marketing. One of them is inviting, and that's what we're going to talk about today. You know, another one is following up, another one is presenting, another one is getting people to events. So there's really only 7 skill sets that you need to be able to master, to become a professional. But with each one of these 7 skill sets, there's 3 types of people. The first are posers, right? And a poser is somebody who treats their network marketing business like it's a lottery card, right? Like, so they're just going to scratch it off and see if they win, right? They really have no desire to do anything. They just want to get lucky, right? And everything that they do is revolved around getting lucky, okay? The second is an amateur. An amateur is somebody who looks at the turnkey system presented or created by their uplines or their team or their company, and they think that there's a better way. So what they want to do is they go out there and they try to make things better. They try to go at it a different angle. They try to, figure out a better way. Now, I'm not saying that it's not good to be innovative. I'm not saying it's not good to see if, things work, a little bit here or there, tweak or be creative. But what I am saying is that we have a turnkey system. And so don't look for a shortcut. Don't go out there and think that there's a better way, because we've got a system, and specifically our system, guys, is not on trial anymore, right? When somebody joins our team, we actually have a turnkey system that is proven. We're part of the U-Crew Nation, which is Ricky and Francois Untermeyer's team. You guys are part of the U-Crew movement, which is Stephanie and I's team. And we guys have just lit up the charts since the day we got started. We've helped over 55 couples now earn all expense paid trips to the Bahamas. Many people have incredible money stories, people making 6 figures in their first year. And so if they can do it, you can do it. And if they did it, the system works. And then the third is professionals, right? A professional is somebody who understands that there is and there are skill sets associated with becoming a network marketing professional, and they dedicate themselves to becoming a professional in those skill sets. So the thing that we're going to talk about today is 2 keys to becoming a professional inviter. Because guys, it doesn't matter that we're early. It doesn't matter that we run with Dallin and Daniel. It doesn't matter that we've got a CBD patent. It doesn't matter that we just launched a product with Mr. Warren Buffett. If we can't invite people to take a look at the information appropriately, none of it matters. We call inviting the gateway skill set, right? Because if you don't know how to invite, then nothing else matters. So there's 2 keys to being a professional inviter: curiosity and excitement, okay? Curiosity and excitement are massive, right? Now, curiosity, what does that even mean? Well, let's take a look. Well, what killed the cat, right? We've heard of the old adage, right? Well, curiosity killed the cat. And so everything that you want to do, or everything that you put off as a inviter, has to be revolved around curiosity. if you keep curiosity, if you keep curiosity high, even the skeptic will come to the point where they can't take it anymore. I got to know what they're doing, right? So with that being said, guys, we have to understand that people have a buyer beware type of mentality just as a default. Think about this. I share this a lot. You know, when you go to the store, right? Let's say you go to the mall and like I leave the house and I'm like, hey, babe, I'm going to the mall with the purpose of buying a new set of shoes, right? A new pair of shoes for the gym. So when I go to the mall, right, I look at, okay, where's Foot Locker? You know, where's, you know, Finish Line? Where's Champs? And I'm going to go to the actual stores that have what I want to buy. And then I walk into the first one and I'm kind of looking through, but my whole intention is to buy. What typically happens, right? The salesperson comes over and says, hey, how are you, sir? You know, and by the way, I'm going to get on my soapbox. If you work in retail, I don't know what this boss business is, but it's like the new thing. Hey, boss, how are you? No, not boss. Just say sir, or, you know, that's pretty, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me being a weirdo, but I cannot stand when people say boss. Hey, boss, you know what, how's it going? Can I help you with anything? And it's funny because even though I'm there to buy shoes, I say, no, I'm good. Thanks. I'm just looking, right? Nobody wants to be sold. And so your people, especially in 2020, we all know somebody who's been in network marketing, or maybe we've been in network marketing before ourselves. So when you go and you approach somebody, everybody's got a buyer beware mentality as a default. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put up a front. Boom. Right? Bam. This is what's always going to happen no matter what, just because that's how people are. So they're going to try to ask you a ton of questions before getting on the call or coming to a meeting. Just understand that, because it's part of this buyer beware mentality, right? But what you have to do is help them to understand that the whole point of getting on a call is to get more information. So in essence, if I sent out a message, and let's see who we got on the call here today. Let's say I sent out a message to Angie Fierro, okay? And Angie and I know one another. We grew up in the same area, you know, maybe we went to high school together, whatever it is. And I shoot Angie a text and I'm like, hey girl, hope you're doing well. Hope the family's doing awesome. Random question. Hey, what are your thoughts on CBD? And Angie says to me, hey, I love CBD. I think it's the best. You know, my mom uses it. My grandma uses it. You know, I've been seeing it everywhere. Why? What's up? And I say, listen, girl, when can we get on the phone? Steph and I just helped launch a CBD product. It's got 0% THC. They're offering a rev share option, and they've got a patent on absorption. I get you all the details if you're open. And she says to me, well, yeah, I mean, send me some more information. Time out. Duh. That's the whole reason we're getting on the call. So if you find yourself at that point sending information or calling them and then giving them a bunch of info and then saying, but let me get you on the call with my partner, you've lost. See, there should be no prep calls before the call. There should be no prep info before the actual call. So if she says, yeah, send me some information, I'd have no problem to say, listen, you know, that's actually what the call is designed for. And because, if you're writing notes, which you should, and because CBD is so competitive right now, and we're offering a revenue share option, right? We don't really send any information out until somebody decides this is something that they'd like to really dive into. So does 2 o'clock tomorrow work? We'll get you all the answer, all your details and all your questions answered. Okay, so it's really the idea that the premise of what we're doing, the whole point of getting on a call is that on the call, we're going to get you the information that you want, okay? So I want you to understand, do not take it personal. I think one of the biggest problems with being new in network marketing is people, not only are people not used to hearing the word no, not only are people not used to, you know, being told no, and then what happens is they get kind of their feelings hurt, right? Is that you take it personal, right? And so because you don't want to hear people that you know, love and trust tell you no, right? You start to take it personal. But I'm here to tell you right off the bat, every single one of us have been told no. I will tell you the only thing different between me in you, in your journey, is that on my belt, I have way more no's than you do. Guys, I've become accustomed with getting no. No does not faze me whatsoever. In fact, sometimes I play a mental game with myself in my day. I want to get as many no's as possible, okay? So the minute, and this is huge right here, the minute you satisfy their curiosity, you lost. Okay, let me say that again. The minute you satisfy their curiosity, you lost. So if you give information and then they feel like they are able to kind of create their own assumption about what you've got going on, they're done, right? See, the reason we got started with the sales because we see something different. Yes, we've seen Amway. Yes, we've seen Herbalife. Most of us have been pitched by Primerica. We didn't see anything different. But when we got on a phone call, when we came to a meeting, we saw something different, whether it was being early and at the opportunity to be at the top of a network marketing company, whether it was being able to be and engage and interact with the CEO and the president, whether it was the fact that CBD was so new and our product was so good, plus we have a patent which differentiates us from everybody else, plus our compensation plan is better than any other compensation plan in the world, right? 71% payout, plus we have a revenue share. So there's so many other things that differentiates the sale from anything else out there. But the second your prospects think that this is just another one of those things, you lost. So protect that curiosity. This is why on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on many of my social media things, or even on my website, you will never see the name Viseo because I don't want to satisfy curiosity. Do you know how many times I meet with somebody, whether it's to get coffee or whatever? Yeah, I see you're an entrepreneur, so am I. Let's connect, let's network. And I sit down with somebody, or even people will reach out to me and say, that's it, Mario. I want to have your type of lifestyle. I want to be, going to the golf range in the middle of the day. I want to be able to pick up my kids from school. I want to be able to hang out with my wife or my husband. I'm in. Let's grab a coffee. Do you know how many times I sit down with somebody and the first thing they say to me is like, okay, so what do you do? Like, I don't even know what you do, right? And if somebody tells me that, then I know I've done my job. I know that I've created so much value for what it is that I do or what it is that I can bring to them, but they still don't have any idea what I do. If you get into that situation with people, you know you're doing things right, okay? Now, landmines to avoid. Dang it, how many of you guys love Napoleon Dynamite, right? Napoleon Dynamite, probably one of the funniest movies ever. If you love slapstick, stupid comedy, which I do, I can say many, many lines from this movie. So with that being said, landmines to avoid. Do not group text your invite, okay? So I've had people, send an invite and say, hey guys, I'm hosting a party, blah, 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 and they send it out to a ton of people. Don't do that because number one, it's very impersonal. And then people interpret it as like a spammy thing, right? So don't do that. Number one reason too is because many people who are amateurs in network marketing do that. And so most of your friends have been spammed like that before. They literally just ignore it, okay? Do not spam out your flyer for your launch party, okay? So a lot of people, when you have your launch party, okay, so let's say you got started yesterday, you did your 24-hour training, which is the first step. Second step, before you ever speak to anybody, should be to have a launch call, or excuse me, a game plan call, right? So you do your training, you have your game plan call today, which is Wednesday, and we decide that Monday you're gonna have your launch party. Now, we usually create a little flyer for you for the actual party, which is just your address and different things like that. The purpose of that flyer is literally to send somebody the address who you've already engaged with according to our strategy that says, I want to come. So I send you a text to Angie. She says, I love CBD. I said, hey, when can we get on the phone? We schedule a connect call, right? She gets on the call. She says, I love it, but I'd love to come and see the product, try it out. So now I say, listen, I'm going to have a party at my house on Monday. Here's the flyer. That's the purpose of the flyer. Okay. The other thing that I want you guys to really know is this, because I know that there's brand new people on this Lunch and Learn, and there's also people that have been in the game a long time. I want you to ask yourself, how many people do you get that actually reach out to you when you post flyers every single morning that says, we're going to be in Whittier tonight. Let me know if you want to come. we're going to be in Pico Rivera tonight. Who's in? And you post the flyer. Doesn't work. I see every morning, I'm flipping through my social and I see a lot of you guys doing that. Guys, if you're getting the fruit from it, do it. If not, chances are your people don't even take you serious anymore. You're a spammer, okay? Don't do that, okay? Do not disguise your launch party as something else. Don't say, hey guys, there's a big game tonight. Why don't you come on over? It starts at 7. Man, we're gonna have brews and we're gonna have dogs and burgers. We're gonna hang out. It's gonna be a great time. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Cool. By the way, at about 6:30, one of my people are gonna show you something about this CBD thing, but no big deal. Just come by, okay? Because number one, first and foremost, people feel deceived. Okay. And when people feel deceived, I've been there. I remember years ago, I had a meeting, a home meeting, and it was somebody in our team. She packed, another company, by the way, she packed out this living room. So myself and one of my leaders showed up, and there was literally like 30 people there. And we're like, hey guys, we're like meeting everybody and introducing ourselves. And, you know, we're getting things set up. And people are just kind of like, you know, walking around and do this thing, right? And so we start the presentation, and in that company, before we actually did the presentation, we showed a video. So, you know, we put the video on and everybody's watching the video, and my partner and I, like, we're in the kitchen where they can't see us, and we're like, yeah, we're like all fired up, like chest pumping each other, like, this is it. You see how many people in here? Let's go. We're all fired up, right? So we go through the presentation, and during the presentation, I'm saying things like, you know, this is exactly why some of you are here. You know, you want to look at a secondary source of income. You know, you're interested in building residual income. And I see people going like, okay, like they're like surprised. So the meeting's over. I walk over to the first gentleman and I said, so sir, what do you like most about what you saw? Oh, I mean, I think it's cool. Okay, cool. You know, do you see an opportunity for yourself? And he goes, oh, no, no, not at all. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Was it something specific about the business or, you know, our model? No, not really. And so I actually was curious. I was like, so, you know, I'm confused. Why did you come today then? Are you looking for a supplemental source of income? He said, no. And I was like, well, why did you come today? He goes, well, she said we were just having dinner. She was making her world famous enchiladas. So, and then I go, really? So I look at the next guy and he goes, I mean, isn't that why you came? She said she was having an enchilada dinner, right? And the guy's like, yeah, me too. She invited everybody over there to have her world famous enchiladas. And then she was just going to throw us in the front, right? Not one person signed up. In fact, I think a couple of people there were upset at her, right? I would rather have 3 people in that living room that are jacked out of their mind and they're excited than 40 people who are there to have a beer and have hot dogs later. It just never works out, okay? So this is really important, guys, because I want you guys to also respect your business. This is about being a professional, right? You know, I don't want, you know, you guys to like have to bait and switch people to take a look. Look, I don't care. If they're not interested, they're not interested, right? I had somebody message me this morning and said, I need you to convince this guy this. And I said, sorry, brother, I don't convince people anything, right? I show them the information. If they see it, we lock arms, we get down in the trenches. If they don't see it, God bless you, I still love you anyways. Because I have a different type of posture. And that's the type of posture that you guys have got to have, right? Yeah, world famous enchiladas. And they were bomb, by the way, because I had them. You know, I wasn't going to not have the enchiladas. You know I had them. Make sure to send them the liposomal video at the time of the call. This is key. This is, you know, sometimes I tell people that the money is in the details. There's little details, right, that if you do really well, will pay out very well for you. So let's say you schedule the connect call, and I'm texting somebody right now, okay? And then they say, yes, I can talk tomorrow at noon. So they're like, cool. So you go and you say, hey guys, I got somebody who wants to talk tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Who's available? You know, Ricky says, I got you. Okay, so you're like, sweet, just booked a connect call. Let's go. So then so you send them, you're like, hey, check out this video before the call. You send it right now, okay? Here's what happens, guys. You call at 12, no answer. Send a text, no answer. Call again, no answer. And they've gone AWOL. How many of you guys have set up a connect call with somebody and they literally went and they moved to Ghost Town, USA? If that's you, say me in the actual chat here. If you've scheduled a connect with somebody and then they moved to Ghost Town, USA overnight. You see that? Look at all these people coming in. See, and the reason that happens, sometimes guys, it just happens. There's nothing you're gonna do about it. But there also is sometimes what happens is I think we do that. And here's the number one reason is if you send the information too soon, the liposomal video, they're going to be like, wow, this is pretty cool. But now they know the name of the company. They have your website. What are they going to do before then? They're going to start doing their research. They're going to start going and digging in, and they're going to start figuring. And, you know, I always tell people every single company, including Viseo, have bad reviews online, okay? It's just the name of the game, right? But I always laugh because it's the same reason why a restaurant literally incentivizes people to give good reviews on Yelp, because 99% of people who have good experiences at a restaurant, with a company, with a product, won't go on and put a review. It's always the minority person who's pissed off that goes online and puts something, right? So then the next thing you know, they're like, oh, it's one of those pyramid things. Psh, are you kidding me? I'd never do something like that, because they didn't see the information appropriately, just like we did. They weren't allowed. You robbed them of the ability to hear what differentiates this company from anything else out there. And now they go and they move to Ghost Town, USA. So what you do is at the time of the call, okay, you send them a text. You say, hey, brother, check out this video real quick, and I'll call you in 2 minutes. Bam. So they check out the video, and then you call them because it's a 2-minute, 3-minute video. Then you pick up the phone and say, hey, did you check out the video? Yeah, awesome. Did it get to the very end? Yes, it did. Perfect. Real quick, I'm going to bring on my partner. He's the one that's going to break it all down. Hold on one sec. Bam. Bring them on, do the edification, connect a call. That's it. So don't send the video, don't send anything, don't send price points, don't send product PDFs, don't send anything before the call. Allow your people to hear the information the right way, just the way that you did, okay? So now number two, okay, first one is curiosity, second one is excitement, okay? Posture. I want you guys to be so excited that you believe, you literally believe that this is going to change your life. And by doing that, you're going to plant your flag. How do you plant your flag? Number one, you plant your flag by going all in. When you think about, the stories of the people that have settled America or settled other countries, right? They sailed to a far off land. And what they did is they said, listen, we're going to make this happen or we're going to die. And you know what they did? They burned the ships, because when you burn the ships, there's no going back. We are going to die in this new land or we're going to succeed, but there is no such thing as turning back. You have got to plant your flag with your Viseo business, okay? So how do you plant your flag? Number one, by showing up. So kudos to you guys for taking time out of your day to listen to this training today. The second way that you plant your flag is with your money. Right? You guys have all got started, but some of you got started, okay, with a small pack, knowing darn well you can afford the big pack, but what you wanted to do was put your toe in the water. Guys, you're not successful with anything in life putting your toe in the water. For me, I wanted to come in with the big pack because I know that people who don't pay attention. Let me say that again. People who don't pay attention. You should write that down because that's fire. I'm just bringing you nuggets today. Think about this. How many of you guys went to a free public high school? Free public high school, hey, they have to teach me. The second you go to college, things change, because now I'm taking out a student loan or my parents are paying for this. And so things are a little bit different now, because when you pay attention. Third way that you plant your flag is by going to conference, right? It doesn't matter what is out there. I had a conversation this morning with a gentleman that I know that has literally made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the network marketing profession. He's one of my mentors. He's not in Viseo. Just like you guys, I have a coach that I talk to on a weekly basis. He said to me this morning, he said, the number one reason why people won't make millions in network marketing And I said, what do you mean? He said, there's one reason why most people won't make millions of dollars in network marketing. And I said, what? He said, it's called life. I said, well, what do you mean? He said, your son, right? Levi? I said, yeah. He goes, does he have baseball now? I said, yeah. He goes, how many days a week does he practice? 2 days a week. Okay. How many games does he have? 1 at least, right? Okay. That's a good reason to miss meetings, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, it's the number one reason why people won't become millionaires. Life, right? Birthday parties, right? Extracurricular activities, right? But Mario, this is my life. This is my passion. Exactly. And nobody is telling you that you can't do those things. But what I am telling you is that for 3 to 5 years, if you are willing to sacrifice things like that, you will be able to be at everything you've ever dreamed of for the rest of your life. So, well, the reason I bring this up is because some people are still talking themselves out of going to Dallas. Well, Mario, I don't have the money, or, oh, call in a time. You know darn well, if somebody, let's say, I'm talking to my LA fans here. Let's say somebody dropped opening day tickets to the Dodger game, home plate parking passes in your lap and the game's on a Thursday. You would call into work if you didn't have the time. Of course you would. Stop it. You know you would. And maybe it's not the Dodgers. Maybe it's the Lakers. Maybe it's your favorite singer. You guys would completely and totally call in sick to work, but you are having a problem calling in sick to work to go to a conference that will change your life. So posture, plant your flag, okay? Second one, stand tall, right? People, guys, are going to follow you because of the way that they see you. I've had people get on calls with me and jump on the spot because they're like, look, man, I've known Joe Schmo for 15 years. And Joe is a guy that he's a level guy. He's always at like 5.5, 6. You never see him get rattled up high. You never see him get rattled low. He's just steady Eddie. And I'll tell you, in the last 2 weeks, I've seen more fire in this guy's belly than I've ever seen, man. And it's got to be honest, it's got me kind of pumped up. I'm ready to run. If this has got Joe Schmo fired up and jacked, I'm ready to run too, okay? Be excited, right? And this is something that I know these kind of sound common sense, but, I've had people come up to me and they're like, hey, Mario, nice to meet you. And I just wanted to tell you that I'm really thankful for all of your coaching, and my wife and I, man, we are just so excited about this opportunity, about what it's going to do for us. And I'm like, you're excited? They're like, yes, I'm very excited. I'm like, you sure you're excited? It's like, yeah, tell your face that then. Because you can't tell right here if you're excited, right? But when you are excited, they always say, right, light yourself on fire and people will come from miles around to watch you burn. Dream big. How many of you guys are dreaming? Like really, really, really dreaming with Viseo, right? For my wife and I, guys, we have tasted, okay, what Viseo can do from a financial perspective. The biggest week we had in Viseo so far is about $15,000. Guys, $15,000 cash money in a 7-day period. I want you guys to dream, but I want you guys to be realistic as well. So let's say you make $3,000 a week with Viseo, okay? If you were making $3,000 a week with Viseo, okay, would that excite some of you guys? Would that help some of you guys out, okay? Let's type that in. Yes, if you would, $3,000 a week would help you guys, okay? I got a hell yeah there, okay? But let's do this. I want you guys, and I've done this, and that's what really fired me up about this opportunity. Number one, let's say in a month, okay? So I write down, I said, what's my rent or my mortgage now, okay? If I had the dream house in the dream city that I wanted to live, what would it be? So I'd say, okay, let's say it's 35, 38, 39. Let's say $4,000 mortgage. Some of you guys are like, what the heck? Yeah, let's say a $4,000 a month mortgage, because I don't want to rent, I want to buy. So let's say $4,000 a month mortgage, okay? Now, let's say you had your dream car, okay? So my dream car is my 7 Series. I'll tell you right now, I pay $998 a month for that. What? Are you kidding me? That's what we pay, right? And that's actually not bad for a brand new car. So $1,000 a month, okay? Some of you are nuts. You're like, Mara, that's nuts. I'd never do that, okay? $1,000 a month. So now I'm $5,000 up. Now, my wife's truck paid off. Boom, okay? So we're good there. Now, all of my bills, like utilities, electricity, gas, all of that, let's say it's another $1,000, okay? I'm up right now $6,000, okay? In a month, okay? Think about that. I'm making $3,000 a week. I still have an additional $6,000 every 30 days, right? That's crazy, guys. $6,000 a month in your bank account after everything is paid off. What could that do for you guys? Think about that. Like, if you had $6,000 in your bank right now, knowing that next week on Monday you're going to get another deposit of $3,000, and then the following week it's another deposit of $3,000, the following week another deposit of $3,000. What could that do for you and your family? Would you guys maybe be planning a pretty cool trip soon? Would you go out there and buy the golf clubs that you've wanted to, keep you've had your eye on for many weeks, right? Would you go and eat a really, really great place that you guys have been wanting to eat? Would you go and give $3,000 to your mom? See, look at that, Deb. I was just going to say that, right? How amazing would it be, guys, to just walk up to mom's house or dad's house and say, Dad, here, I just want to give you something. What is it? Just grab it. What is this? $1,000. For what? Because I love you. Wow. Guys, now, time out. Outside of Viseo. Let's be real deal, Holyfield. Outside of Viseo, will that happen ever in your life? No, it won't. None of us are going to make it in the NFL. None of us are going to be signed onto a major record deal, maybe Deb. None of us are going to win the lotto. Let's just say that. And even that, right? You win the lotto, most of them, they call it the lotto curse, or dead or broke within the next 3 to 5 years anyways, right? Think about that, guys. That's why when I took a look at Viseo, I literally looked at my wife and I said, this is it. That's why I have the ability to be so dang focused and so darn fired up, because residual money, guys, is insane. Some of you might be in real estate. Some of you might say, Mario, I've made, $20,000 commission before. Yes, but it's transactional. And that one is one and done forever. Now you got to go out there and do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. Imagine who would here would rather take a one-time $20,000 upfront bonus of $20,000 or lock in a $3,000 a week residual income, right? Shoot, $50,000. Let's say, would you rather take a $50,000 upfront bonus or a $3,000 a week residual income? $3,000 a week, all day, all night, every day, and twice on Sunday. That makes so much more sense, guys. So I want you to dream. I want you to literally physically sit down tonight, draw it out. Tell me, what would that look like if I had $6,000 in my bank every month after everything is paid off and it's on auto? Now, think about this. Would you bother? Would you care if you had to spend $200-300 on products that you love? That's the only thing that it's going to cost you, but it's also going to cost you your time. It's also going to cost you effort, right? It's also going to cost you maybe a little bit of a social life. To me, those are all just temporal, small things, okay? So believe, right? Do you believe now? I'm hoping that I'm giving you guys some belief. And when you feel this way, your people will believe it, okay? They'll feel it and they'll want to draw. This is what's happening with Brock and Allison right now. Brock and Allison show up so big on phone calls. They show up so strong when they talk to people that people are getting drawn in. I was talking with a gal yesterday. I said, man, we're taking over that area. She said, I know, and I'm not going to miss out, right? She doesn't know anything. I just said, yeah, we're taking over that area right now. It's going crazy. She goes, I know, and I'm not going to miss out. Before I ever said a word to her. Why? Because of the way that these people are showing up. Okay, so terms to avoid, okay? Some things that I want you to strike from your verbiage, and these are things that I've heard over the last couple of weeks come out of people's mouths. I hope this works, right? When they're talking to them, yeah, I hope this works. We're going to ride this thing out for the next 6 months, and, we'll see how it goes. right? Guys, these things have got to go. You cannot say that, right? Well, I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? See, what you're doing is you're trying to convince people, but you're also not showing posture and power, right? Because here's what I know, guys, 1% doubt and you're out. That's it. 1% doubt and you're out. Think about this. What if, you're standing there getting married to your significant other or your spouse, and they say, till death do us part. There's nothing more final than death, right? In sickness and in health, right? Richer and poor. And they say, do you, Mario, take this woman to be your wife? And I said, I mean, I guess. I'm gonna ride this thing out, see how it works out. What's the worst thing that could happen? No. You cannot be 99% committed to anything in life and be successful. I'm going to say that again. You cannot be 99% committed to anything in life and be successful. Make no mistake, guys. I'm not telling you that you have to be 100% committed with your time. You can be 100% committed on a part-time basis all day long, okay? But what I also want you to understand is if you want, Brock and Allison, rewards, if you want Chad and Jen rewards, if you want Tanya Valentine rewards, you've got to be willing to put in the effort as well. See, one of the things that I think many of us fall into as a trap is we don't have the expectations and our actions meeting up, right? You can't have a star commitment and expect to get paid diamond income. Let me say that again. You can't have a star commitment and get paid diamond income. Sometimes people ask me, Mario, what did you have to do to make that type of money? And I said, that's not a real question for you to answer, because what I did, you will never do. Unless you're telling me that you're willing to put in the effort that I am, then we can talk about that. But let me tell you what Brock did. Let me tell you what Jason Stuck did. Let me tell you what Jackie Vasquez did, because they did this business part-time. I do this business full-time. So don't worry about what diamonds do, because you're not a diamond yet, right? We have to have the exact same expectations. Don't expect to make 10 grand in your first month, but you show up maybe once a week and you talk to one or two people a week, right? It's just not going to happen. Now, if you want to show up once a week and you want to talk to one or two people a week, that's okay, as long as you have the appropriate expectation for the outcome that you're going to get, okay? So that said, guys, people want to follow people that have power, okay? That's just the name of the game. You have to show up, right? And so I'm going to close with this, a magic formula in life. This is not just network marketing. This is everywhere. This is something that I learned a long time ago from my dad. And my dad has never been in network marketing in his life, okay? But he told me the normal, average, everyday society thinks this way, okay? Number one, they want to have all kinds of stuff. They want to have a big house. They want to have time freedom. They want to have the nicest cars. They want to have a great marriage. They want to have good friends. They want to have the best looking body, okay? So because they want to have, then they think they have to do, okay? So if I want to have the most money, then I got to go do these things, right? If I want to have a nice car, then I've got to go and do this, right? If I want to have a good body, I want to go and do this. And when they do the things, they think that it will make them, they'll become someone. If I want to be a good dad, I'll got to do these things. And then see, having money doesn't make you become anybody, right? Getting a big house, right, won't make you become somebody, right? So our society, they want to have, so they think they should do, and then they will become, okay? Now, here's what I've learned. The 1% of the world, the people that have all of the wealth, the people that build all of the biggest empires, the people that have the best relationships, the best bodies, right? The people that I want to strive to become, they do things differently. They first become that person right here, right? If I want to be a black diamond, I'm a black diamond right here, guys. I'm already a black diamond. You're already a gold. You're already a blue sapphire. You're already a diamond right here. Because if you're right here, you're already a diamond. You're right here. You're already a gold. You're going to do the things that are necessary because you are that person. So you be, then by nature, you're going to do. And then once you do the things necessary, then you will have the things that you want. They call it be, do, have. Be, do, have is massive, but here's what I have added. My dad taught me be, do, have. I added on this, give. The whole purpose of this thing, the whole purpose to this thing called life is to give, to bless others, right? To go out there and serve. Jesus said, when you want to be great, serve the many, right? The people that want to be raised up, get down on your knees and wash the feet of other people. So when you become a black diamond, you're going to do the things necessary, okay, to become, to be that, right? Because it's who you are. Then you will, by nature, have the things that you need in abundance. And when you have that, remember I said you have $6,000 a month extra? What if you took $3,000 of that and gave it away? And you loved giving it away. The Bible says that we should be a hilarious giver, right? If you go to church and they say, hey, it's time to, pass around the collection plate, and you're like, this stupid church, and that's all I care about is money. My pastor says, keep it, go to In-N-Out. Because even if you gave it, it doesn't matter, right? Be a hilarious giver. Because you be, do, have, give. When you figure that out, then God's going to say, Mario's got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Angelica's got it. Cheryl's got it. Chuck's got it. It's not about keeping. It's not about hoarding. It's about giving. It's about blessing. And when God sees that you have that, he's going to keep pouring in and pouring in. And guess what? I know this from my own life. You can't outgive God. You can't outgive what he's going to give you when he knows that you've got it. That's a miraculous and a magical formula of life, okay? So show up as a gold already. Show up as a blue sapphire. Show up as a diamond. You're going to do the things necessary because you're already that person. Have the things that you want to have in life with the intention of giving to other people. So with that being said, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes. I don't want to take too much of your time, guys. We always want to be very, very cautious and cognizant of your time here on our lunch and learn, because I know some of you guys are at work. But what questions do you guys have for me in regards to inviting? I opened up the chat there. If you guys want to chat it in, some of the things that maybe you're struggling with. Hey, Mario, I know that people are, when I send it out, this is what I get back. How can you help? I'm here for the next couple minutes. Maybe I'll take 2 or 3. And if there's none, then we'll just wrap it up. So go ahead and chat in. Maybe some of you are chatting right now. I'll give you a couple seconds. Follow-up issues. Okay. It's not necessarily an inviting one, but I'll attempt to. So follow-up, first of all, the first thing that I would say to you is, do you have an actual follow-up strategy? So do you have a black book with everybody's names in it? Actually, what's pretty cool is I know Chad and Jen actually went out there and created an Excel spreadsheet, right? Because remember, people need multiple touches. What I would say for you, Deb, as well, is that understand people buy for different reasons, right? So some people buy because they see money. Some people buy because they want to help. Some people buy because they want to be part of. You have to figure out what's important to that person and utilize all the different resources at your disposal. But first and foremost, you can't follow up with people that you can't literally pull up on a little piece of pad of paper and say, okay, I spoke to Joe last night. I spoke to Mary the day before. Let me call him. Because if you don't have a follow-up strategy, like a literal strategy, then it won't work. And Deb, if you want to talk offline with me or Jack or anybody else, we can help you with that. I keep getting responses like, oh, I can't this week, maybe next week. And then the next week, it's the same thing. Then I would just tell them, listen, it's not for you. In business, we do what's called the takeaway. Remember, we talk about having posture, right? So imagine I was trying to date you, right? And I'm like, hey, girl, how's it going? Like, we're talking and, maybe it's over, social media or text or whatever it is. And I'm like, hey, listen, I'd love to take you on a date. And you're like, oh, you know what, Friday is not going to work, maybe next week. So I hit you up next week and I'm like, how about Friday night we go on dinner? Oh, that's not going to work. And how long until you'd be like, you're kind of dissing me. You probably don't like me, right? Some of you will keep trying over and over and over and over and over again, and you're losing posture. You're not having respect for yourself. So if they keep pushing it, then I would just take it away. This is what I would do. Hey, brother, listen, we're going so fast, and I'd love to give you the opportunity to take a look at what we're doing. but it's probably not for you anyways. So it's all good, man. Hope you do well. I'll catch you on the flip side. Shut it down. See, because something psychological happens in somebody's brain when you take something away, right? When you take something away from somebody, all of a sudden they're like, what? Yeah, it's probably not for you anyways, man. No worries, dude. Talk to you soon. What do you mean it's not for me anyways? Well, we're really looking for people who are action oriented, and it doesn't really seem like you are. So it's all good, man. Love you so much. Tell your mom I said hi. Peace. Right? Done. Take it away. And then what happens is you've turned the tables on them. Okay, but don't keep going. Isn't branding tonight or important? Absolutely. Branding is absolutely 100% important. But Yvonne, what do you mean by that? Tell me a little bit more. We still show the video at the CC. Absolutely. I talked about that earlier. You show the liposomal video at the time of the CC. Blessing everyone to get back to it. Okay, have a good day. Okay, see you, Kim. I get that also. I put it off till next week, etc., etc. Yeah, you're going to get that, guys. And that's why it's a numbers game. Okay. You're going to have to go out there and just be able to go through it. Here's one thing that I've used, but I'm by nature a little bit more bold than most people, which is why over the course of my years, I've probably pissed off more people than most. I'm getting better. I'm trying. But I'm a little bit more bold. Like, let's say I text a cousin. Let's say, Janelle, you're my cousin, and I shoot you a text. I'm like, girl, what do you think of CBD? Oh, Mari, I love it. Hey, when can we get on a call? And then you just ghost me. And I say, hey, Janelle, hope you're doing well, man. I just want to see when you want to get on a call and you're not answering. Here's what I do. I shoot you a text and say, hey, cousin, hope you're having a great day. Whether you want to take a look at this opportunity or you decide to partner with me or not, we're still going to be cousins, and I'm going to see you at grandma's house in a couple of months. So if it's not for you, no problem, but let's not make it awkward and ghost me. Haha, LOL. Here's what I get. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Mario. Oh, I totally was going to get back to it. I forgot, because now you called them out on it, right? And even if they don't answer, it still makes them look bad. Next time they see you, they're going to be like this. Because they didn't have enough decency just to text you back and say, hey, I'm not down with it, or it's not a good time for me, right? So that's what I do, okay? How long after the call should you keep texting and calling? There's not a right answer. There's not a wrong answer. It's just the same thing. You have to have discernment, okay? What I would tell you, Cheryl, is have respect for yourself, have respect for our company, and have respect for what we do, okay? If you feel that you're becoming a nuisance or you're begging, right? Jesus said what? Shake off the dust on your sandals and move to the next town, okay? Don't spend forever, okay? Because there's not a right or a wrong answer there. You say become an expert on social media, but how do you do that? Keep curiosity on social media by becoming an expert. Well, maybe we'll go over that next week, okay? Because I do, if any of you guys see me on social, right, I very rarely, okay, talk about Viseo, right? Everything I do is around lifestyle. See, because I've studied social media, and I know that the number one reason people even go to social media is because of fantasy. I don't care if you agree with it or not. I've studied it. Okay, it's the reason why so many people break up their marriages online. It's because of fantasy. They're always trying to look, right? They talk about what voyeurism. They want to take a look into somebody else's life, right? So for me, I want people to see me hanging out with my kids. I want people to see me at the gym during the day with my wife. I want people to see me at the driving range on a Wednesday, because I understand that they're sitting in their cubicle in their little dungeon and they hate it, right? So for me, I don't go out there and be like, hey, look at this product. It's the greatest ever. DM me. It's changed my life, right? You know, I'll talk about a product. I'll share certain testimonies, right? But branding and social media is a whole different animal, but we can kind of train you on that, okay? But yeah, there's a very specific, training on that, okay? Let's see here. So as you have all the answers. No, I've just been told no a million times. I've been kicked in the knees a million times. So that's why I know the answer. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys that it's about staying in the fight, okay? How does one brand themselves yet maintain curiosity? Because I think I just answered that, Iman. There's a lot of different ways. So first off, if you are a person who works a 9-to-5 job, okay, and most of your people know that, and then most people know that when you get off of work, you go home and blah, blah, blah. But when you're at a meeting, okay, you should be checking in the city. So let's say there's a meeting in Rancho Cucamonga, you live in Chino, okay, and it's a Wednesday night, And you should check in the city of Rancho Cucamonga when you go to the meeting and say, such a great CBD business meeting, right? Something like that, right? Super excited to be launching our business. Great meeting of the minds, right? Okay. Yes, Steve, social media will be covered at our convention, and I'm actually doing the training. Okay. Which Steve is that, by the way? Check in there. Send me your last name. So the idea is you're always creating curiosity. Every single time I go to have coffee with somebody, I'll try to check in, and then I'll talk about, mastermind session, right? If you guys were meeting with your upline, I'd say incredible. Hey, Steve. Okay, good. Steve Jaffe. Yes, we are going to be talking about social media. Glad you're back, brother. By the way, missed you, man. Hope you're well. I would check in at Starbucks and say, awesome one-on-one mentorship meeting, #entrepreneurship. So what that is doing is it's still branding yourself, right? Okay. Can we invite people, to other parties? Of course you can. Absolutely. 100%. That's after you've had your own meeting though. Okay. So somebody asked, can we invite people to other parties that are posted in WhatsApp? Yes, that's the purpose of them. Okay. But okay, you want to be able to first have your own meeting, because people are more likely to show up to your house because they know you, there's a comfortability there, than for you to meet and go somewhere else. But yes, absolutely, Kat, you can invite people to other areas. Let's say you have a buddy that lives in Whittier and there's a meeting tonight in Whittier. You're like, dude, I'll meet you there. I'll pick up a coffee. What do you want? Right? Of course you can go there, right? That's what they're for. All right, guys. So unless there's any other pressing questions, I hope you found some value in this. We're going to record it. I'll have it converted and hopefully up in the WhatsApp groups by the end of the day. And otherwise, we'll be in Chino tonight. We'll be in Whittier tomorrow. I've got Riverside and Canyon Lake on Saturday, and then Whittier again on Sunday afternoon. So love you guys. Hope you have a great day, and make it a great one, guys. Go out there and plant your flag. Live with passion. Live with purpose. Talk to you soon.